so we're looking at a key concept here, which is following the tennis ball vertically in the net player position. And this is an idea that you guys are going to see throughout the entire course. It's extremely vital to playing good net when you're in doubles matches. All right, so let's start to break this down, what I mean by moving vertically. As the net player, we want to track the tennis ball both up and back based on which guy hits the ball. So let's take a look at Carew hitting a ground stroke cross court and watch what Jake does in reaction to that cross court ball. Okay, so as we can see, Jake moved from more of a service line interior position, and he moved on a slight diagonal towards the baseline hitter. And the purpose of that is he's trying to engage and trying to steal a volley on this next ground stroke. Now, unless that baseliner decides to go down the line or puts the ball in a position where Jake can reach out and snag it, Jake now has an opposite effect with his footwork if the ball comes back cross court to Carew here. So let's take a look at that. Okay. Jake is now in a position where he's respecting the opposite net player. This is something where, you know, he's in a decent position. It's not great because he's more in this defensive spot, ready to play against a ball that might get crushed at him by the opposite net player. But, you know, he's going to hold his ground here, ready to fight anything off. And we might see this up and back, kind of following the ball, like we said, vertically, multiple times in a rally. If let's say these guys hit 6 cross-court balls, that means Jake's going up and back 3 times in any given rally before he either gets his racket on a volley or the rally ends. So let's take a look at this more in a live ball scenario. Watch Jake and his counterpart here on the ad side across from him moving vertically, tracking the tennis ball. Okay, now Jake never got his racket on a tennis ball there, but he was super active, and I find that that's a really key concept for you guys, is that you need to be involved in the rally with movement regardless of whether or not you're actually hitting the shot. Now, we would love Jake to get in there, maybe make a poach, maybe, you know, baseline guy over there ends up going down the line, gets Jake involved, but I find a lot that in club level doubles, we find one spot to stand at the net and we just kind of hang out there waiting for the ball to come to us. Start to incorporate this vertical footwork. One thing to tack on there is that whenever the ball is being struck by the opposing player, you're going to find Jake split stepping. So let's take a look at one more rally. These are not absolute spots. He might get all the way back to it. He might be a little bit inside this one. He might get farther in than the forward position. These are general ideas, but he's got to react with a split step with his feet as the opposing player is about to strike the ball. So take a look at that as well. And perfect. Okay. Whether he decides to end up making a poach, covers the down the line, this is a great idea, is this vertical footwork. It keeps you active. It puts you in the best positions possible to be effective around the net.